So if you're wondering, where is my next opportunity going to come from? Or when is my next opportunity going to come? Or maybe you already got a bunch of opportunities, but you're like, man, where is my life going? Right? If you're thinking about that, then this episode is for you. So, welcome to the Position Your Goal podcast. I am Denisha Ferguson, the host of the Position Your Goal podcast. And it's all about saying, listen, we're living this thing called life. And how can we continue to just put ourselves in the best situations and circumstances, right? And how do we continue to position ourselves so that we are in the places that we want to be? Now, recognizing that regardless of what you do, there's all these other things that's going on. Sometimes things may not work out, but the biggest thing is that you did your best and your due diligence to position yourself in ways that can set you up for the goals, the dreams, the desires, everything that you say that you want. And so my voice is a little cracking, my nose a little stuffed up. I've been under the weather, but I'm starting to feel better, and I really want to come and get this message out, and then I'm going back to sleep. Okay. So if you are having any of those thoughts, or maybe in the future you do, hold on. Hold on. Know that the opportunities, the things that you seek, they are coming, right? And it's important that you position yourself so that when the time comes, you're in the running, you're part of the opportunity, right? And so I'm always one that believes that what is for me, period. Can't nothing stop it. Nobody, no nothing, right? It's for me. And that's that. That's what I believe. So I don't know what you believe, right? And then there were some things that I thought that were for me, right? And I might not have been ready, or it just I wasn't the one that was put in that position, and I don't know why. But the thing about it, I'm not going to keep going back and forth. My thing is being ready for the things that are for me. So think about, what is it that you want, that you know that you need to do, that you know is part of your bigger plan, right? The things that you love, your ideas, the things you want to bring forth. What is that? And then what are the top, let's just say, three things? It's an arbitrary number I'm throwing out right now. I don't want to give you a long list. What are the top three things that you need to do, or that you need to put in place, that you need to activate, whatever it is? What are those next three things so that it sets you up for that thing that you say you want? Even if it's boring, even if something that you really, really don't want to do, what are those next three steps? Because that is how you position yourself. So it's so interesting. I love how God works, because I was, man, I been getting so many no's, so many no's. And it got frustrating. It felt like this year was the first year that I got this many no's. And I really had to sit back, and I'm like, you going after it, you showing up. Duh, you get all these no's because you are putting yourself out there. You are making the offers. You are sending the proposals. You are, pitching, or enriching, I like to call it. You are doing the things, right? And you are being the person. So therefore, it's just part of it, right? And I'm like, that's why I'm getting all these no's. I'm feeling so many more no's because I'm putting myself out there, right? And God reminded me that you don't have to push, you don't have to pull, you don't have to, claw your way, or, do anything crazy. You just position yourself, do the main things you need to do, and then when opportunities come, you will be a part of that selection process, or you'll be a part of the people who, get the yes, or you will be a part of creating the yes. And so literally, I wasn't feeling well. It was other stuff going on. I got a call, and I was booked for a gig that I'm like, I have been saying the last 2 years I wanted to work with this company. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna work with them. And I had worked with them in other capacities, but I wanted to work in this specific capacity. And so got the call and they were like, I'm like, yes. And the great thing about it is I haven't changed anything. Like they wanted me exactly as I am. Exactly as I am. And so it was just so fun. And then I ended up doing the job, and it just reminded me of how great God is. And not just because I got a job, but because it was just another reminder of the goodness, like staying faithful, staying engaged when you don't see anything, right? Because we have these two eyes right here that can see, right? Or, someone might say, no, I do have some visual impairment. But the thing about it is, your eyes, you can only see so much, right? So if I'm looking in front of me, all I see is my wall, my window, my curtains. Out the sides, I see a few things. But there's another type of sight that you must have, right? And that is the thinking beyond what you see. The thinking, right? But the seeing beyond what you can see. And it's interesting because sometimes it might be hard just because of where you're at, your circumstances, your current positioning, what you're currently going through. Sometimes that could cloud it. And so it's like, okay, how do I see beyond? How do I keep the faith? How do I keep moving forward? And a lot of that is with aligned action, and not the type of action where you're just always forcing stuff, right? But it's the aligned work. So what are the top things that you need to do right now to put yourself in a position for the goals, the desires, the dreams, the ideas, whatever you say you have? What are the top 3 things? And you might say, I got top 10 things, I got top 8 things, whatever. Whatever. What are the top things? Is it some paperwork you got to complete? Is it a portfolio you need to update? Is it something to do with like mindset, money management? Is it something with your family? Is it something with, you know, um, you personally, things that you got to personally get together, right? Like, for instance, I could have literally been like, I'm going to come to do this podcast. I done had my nails are coming off, and I was gonna go get them done. I said, forget it. I'm gonna put this podcast out, and everybody pay attention to my nails, like, because I'm doing a video, video too. If anybody want to be bothered with my nails, that's your problem. That's your problem, right? But I have to get this out, and then I can continue to move forward with the goals that I have as well. And so, don't let nothing, nobody stop you. Okay? Like, I want you to really hear me. You are here for a reason. There's something that you are assigned to do, something that is protected. So, like, if you go out there and you do it, regardless if you get the no's, regardless if some people you feel like that don't believe in you, that should believe in you, just love them from a distance, right? Or just move forward from them. Whatever it is, you are that part of you for sure. I know for a fact is protected, because that is something that you're supposed to be doing. That does not mean you won't have trials and tribulations. That does not mean it won't be tough at times. That does not mean that you won't have no's and issues and things that come up. Because there's also this thing called authenticity check, right? And so if you're so quick to just say, oh, I'm done, then is that something that you really were supposed to do or bring forth, right? I don't have that answer. You have to have that answer. But what I do is figure like this, I know, like I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And that comes with you asking yourself questions, digging deep, making sure that it's not something that you just learned because of other people wanted you to do it, or something that just wasn't ingrained in you. You have to dig deep to make sure that that is something that you're supposed to be doing. But when you're in that, it's protected. So all you got to be like, okay, another no, another obstacle, it don't matter. I'm going through it. I'm doing it. I know I'm meant to do this. and it's just gonna compound. You're gonna get better. You're gonna continue to reach more people, impact more people. Whatever that goal is, you're gonna continue to literally evolve in it, and it's beautiful. Now, sometimes, like for sometimes, like I'll be like, Lord, what's going on? What's going on? But I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I know this what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And dang, I actually put myself in that. I wasn't supposed to really be doing it. Or, man, this deal didn't go through. I did all my due diligence. I can't think of anything I could have did to change it. What did I need to learn from it? Okay, God, you needed me to learn that so that therefore I can move forward in it, not make this mistake again. So that as you preparing me for that greatness, that thing that you really want, like as you're preparing me for that, then I have this memory to not do this thing here, right? So, as one of my coaches, Byron, says, all work works. All work works. So, if you are experiencing anything that you're like, man, Lord, where are you at? Like, I know this is meant for me. I know I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm in your will. I know I'm supposed to be doing this, but what? Why isn't this stuff working out? I'm getting wins, right? But it's not consistent. Then I would urge you to think about what are the next 3 things? What are the next things I need to take care of? Handle those really quickly so that you'll be ready and you've now positioned yourself for that opportunity. So the opportunity I got tonight, oh, I can't wait to really share it. It was so fun. When I had the opportunity, right? So I had to update my portfolio. So I make sure I do that at least once a year. So I can keep my look, everything's new. I keep that updated. And there was all natural pictures. We did what it was a really cool just commercial shoot. I also updated my son's portfolio. And that's it. Just paid for the portfolio updates. Did the shoot, took about an hour and a half, if that. And making sure that stuff was updated so that as new clients and stuff go through our boards and they select their talent, then mine is updated. And I know that there's a specific look that is my look that I wanted to capture. So I did some of that in the photos too. A lot of that. And that's it. And when the time came, I got booked for this opportunity. And so I don't know if I would have been able to get it with my past pictures. Who knows? Who knows? But regardless, it was updating the portfolio. So as the clients look at the pictures, I'll have a nice refreshed look and it will match what I look like this year and be ready and show up and show out. I didn't have to audition. I didn't have to submit nothing, but a couple pictures after they had selected me, just so they could see what they needed me to do. That's it. And oh my God, so much stuff I done did this year has been hard, hard. Okay, we did a whole fashion week this year, and a lot of other stuff, programs, writing grants, all kind of stuff, and stuff that took months, a year. And it's just a reminder of how fast opportunities can be. And they don't always have to be this long, drawn out process. So it's also just showing me how to think in terms of, you know, getting things done faster. Right. And yes, you have some opportunities that need to bake, right? They need that time, right? So yes, but there's also other things that you can do faster. But what that requires is for you to do the things that you need to do to get yourself in position. So as you're listening to this, I hope my goals is as you're listening to the Position Your Goal podcast, you're actually taking some nuggets that you then go apply immediately within the next 24 hours, if not shorter, and get those things started so that you can continue to position yourself on your journey. And so, what are your next 3 things? And if you don't have 3, you just got 1, knock that 1 thing out. Again, these numbers are arbitrary. Okay. Pick those, select it. And this is not busy work stuff. This is like, no, I need to do X, Y, Z. Bam, I'm done. That's checked off. And now I know that this has what it needs to be able to thrive on its own, right? And so I have myself in like different buckets that all align with me and my main goals, right? And I just make sure that those things are updated and that those things have what they need so that if I'm not there, those areas speak for me, right? It's like an omnipresence, this omnipresence thing going on. Kinda. We can talk about that a little bit more in a future episode, but it's a form of that. So just think, where can you position yourself in different places so that if you're not there, what you've left there to represent you speaks volumes, right? Catches attention. I'm being dramatic, yeah, but now I like doing it. So think about that. So I wish the best for you. You're like, you don't even know me. If you're listening to this, then my hopes those who are listening or have great hearts, you on a mission, you try to impact others, but also build generational legacy and wealth for your family. You are out, helping support other community members. Like that is my goal for the listeners. And then if you're someone else who don't even fit that description and you're listening to this, welcome to, share who you are and what you do. And maybe some of this will rub off on you. I don't know. But share it on and let me know. But the thing about it is, if we want to create those types of lives that we set out for, you're going to need to position yourself, right? And regardless if you position yourself or not, I'm pausing, right? Because I want you to understand this. Regardless if you intentionally position yourself or not, you are positioning yourself. So you might as well be strategic about it. Like you might as well. And just because you're doing it doesn't mean that everything's always going to work out. Please believe that it's not always going to be, but you are actively putting yourself in a position to then, therefore, for the opportunities that you say you want, for you to be right there at the top of the list, or for you to even create it and get it automatically because you created it. So don't just sit on the sideline. Don't just be like, oh, I'll wait another year. No, get started. Do it. You got it. Why you got it? Because God's got you. That's why. You got it because God's got you. And move boldly. Move boldly. I'm going to have to get off because I was trying to feel more of this cold. I started feeling better. And I was like, oh, let me come do this. Share a testimony, but also share just words of encouragement and wisdom on positioning yourself. And this perfect example of this job I booked was so cool to be able to have that experience. And God is so amazing because he'll do this to me often. And I like bottle it up, record my excitement so that if I ever get in a little slump, I'm like, let me turn these videos back on so I remember. Because as optimistic and as I'm never going to give up. I'm never going to give up me. As bold as I am, I still get in my moods like, man, come on, it's not going fast enough. And actually, it's going at the right pace. It is going at the right place. It is going at the right pace. And I can say that because I've experienced a lot. And I know that in due time, things are just going to come all full circle. And I'm going to be even more prepared because of the life lessons, the harder times, because of, specific things that I've experienced. I know that it's going to play a big role in it, and I'm going to be able to keep it. I'm going to be able to maintain it because of the experiences. So I'm just moving boldly and also keeping faith in action, right? So hold on. You're closer than you think. What are the top 3 things you need to do to position yourself so that you can move boldly? And then also that those things can speak for you when you're not present. So what are the next 3 things you need to do? And again, if you got more than 3 things, just write that down too. Just don't get overwhelmed. Just do the first couple of things. Go take a walk, play basketball, do something, do the next several things. Go take a break, whatever. The biggest thing is get it done, right? And there is a thing with speed. Things don't have to take a long time and months, right? They don't have to be drug out. You can have some really great opportunities tomorrow, later today. Like you really could, right? And so just keep believing, keep being excited, get ready, and some great things are in store for you. So once again, thank you for tuning in to the Position Your Goal podcast. I'm Denisha Ferguson, where I teach you how to plan, position, and prosper your life, your business, the goals that you have, and know that regardless, you are positioning yourself, regardless if you intentionally do it or not. So you might as well strategically put some things in place to help you reach your goal quicker, faster, more strategic, more aligned, and goals that will transform your life. And so, again, I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Definitely go to positionyourgoal.com. Position Your Goal also on all mediums for podcasts, and then also on YouTube, Denisha Ferguson, and Position Your Goal. All right, thank you. And in the comments, write, your next 3 steps. If you want to just share one, write it in the comments. And until the next episode, I'll talk to you later. Let's position our goals.